G'day everybody, I am X-Ray Racer 1 and welcome to part 1 of the Speed Passion LM1 build series. Part 1 we will be doing an unboxing of the Speed Passion LM1 Le Mans chassis. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this car, it's a car that's been bought out by the company Speed Passion, who for those that know, will know that they're a company that they've been known for their electronics, like their electronic speed controllers, motors. I believe they do some batteries, but they're also diving into the car market as well. They also make I believe it's called the SP1. It's a Formula One chassis, but this is the Le Mans chassis. For those of you not sure what the Le Mans chassis is, it's a bit like the for those who are familiar with it, the World GT cars. They're 1/10 scale pan car. Or if you've never seen a pan car before, this is a 1/12 scale example. This is my associated 12R5.2. This is a 1/12 scale pan car. So this is basically the Le Mans chassis, is a 1/10 scale version of this, but it's a more realistic looking chassis. Well, the body is anyway. So this kit, I picked it up from a hobby shop called Walter RC. Walter RC is located around near Sydney, and what I will do is I will leave a link in the description for Walter RC website. They do have a hobby shop that you can go and see them personally, or you can buy from them online. Also, they are the main dealers for Speed Passion and Serpent and other well-known brands. So they're very good. I've been wanting to do this build series for a while because the Formula One class here in Australia's really exploded onto the scene, and I believe the Le Mans classes will be starting to get real popular as well. Now, with this kit you will need a radio system, which is obviously your radio transmitter and receiver. You will need preferably a LiPo battery. You will also need a pinion gear for the motor, which also you will also need preferably a brushless motor and speed controller. You will also need various tools to complete it, and you will need paint for the body. Now, as you can see, this kit comes in two separate boxes. The kit you see right here is the actual chassis kit itself, and then the larger box behind it is what the body is in. I'm honestly I'm not too sure why it's in two separate boxes, but I mean that's how Speed Passion have done it. But because you can also just buy the body itself. The body is also compatible with some of your Formula One chassis, like your Tamiya F103, F104, yeah, I believe like your Yokomo and your Top Racing Rebel Formula One chassis and that. I'm not too sure, but I mean, I'm just going on what I've heard. So anyway, we'll get on with the unboxing. Now, I will be honest with you, I've already opened the boxes just to make sure everything's there, because I mean it's not, for me, Walter RC isn't a 5-minute trip down the road. It's more like a 4.5-5 hour drive. so I had to make sure everything was in the box. Oh, one thing before it slips in my mind, you will also need a steering servo to complete it. So my bad on that one, folks. You need a steering servo as well with the other needed items to complete. So let's get on with the unboxing. So what I'll do is I'll just move the large box out of the way first. Okay, so in here, okay, so it's a relatively simple chassis to put together. So here are it comes with wheels and tires. These are foam tires. They're quite considerably larger diameter than the average Formula One tire. I don't have one around with me, unfortunately, but yeah, the tires themselves are fairly big. I'll just put around this up. Also, so here we have all the bags. So this looks like we've got this looks like for the rear pod. This is for the suspension and like your oil-filled dampers and rear axle by things. Just it's a bit hard to see through the plastic. Okay, so it does come with some tools. Here you got some Allen keys. Honestly, I don't like using like your Allen keys. I find these sort of things are cheap, and they're usually made out of a poor quality metal because it's just for mass production. We've got our washers, kingpins, body pins, yeah, and we got ball bearings. We have our rear axle assembly. We have spur gear. It looks to be 48 pitch. I'm not too sure. There doesn't seem to be. With the axle assembly, it's a direct motor drive, so you have the spur gear is actually on the axle shaft where the wheels are attached to, so there's no gearing down or anything like that. Okay, here we have our body posts, and these will be your friction side dampers. I'll explain that, how it works in the build series. Okay, we have the main business end. This is the chassis. It is a fiberglass. It's not carbon fiber, this is fiberglass. And so we have the rear motor pod, which will attach to the back. So yeah, it's heavier than your carbon fiber. I mean, I haven't built it. It's been a while since I've built a chassis with fiberglass, so that's how long it's been. And here we have our shock assembly. These are they're a single shock, and looks like we've got diff grease. We've got silicone oil, and what looks like sand. Oh no, it's double-sided tape. My bad. All right, so yeah, and the most important thing is the instruction manual. Had a bit of a brain fade there. So yeah, that's the instruction manual. Alright, so what I'll do is just quickly put these back in. Okay, now, so part 2 of the unboxing. Alrighty, so here is the body. Now, on the side here, that'll give you a rough idea of what the body looks like. I mean, I could just show you that and say stay tuned for part 2, but I'm not going to be that mean. Alrighty, So the body comes in several pieces. So here's the main part of the body. As you can see, it's kind of it's a cross. It looks like a cross between a Audi R18 and one of the Peugeot 908 Le Mans prototypes from a couple of years ago. So that's the main body there, and here we have our instructions and decals, double-sided tape. So I believe it does, like I said, it does come in sections. And so here's, I believe, is part of the wing assembly. I'm not too sure what I'm looking at, so yeah, looks like part of the wing assembly. And these are the lights and part of the rear wing here as well. So, or it could be the front splitter, I'm not too sure. So we have lights and that. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a involved build, which, I mean, doesn't really worry me. I'm into this sort of thing. And so yeah, so that's the unboxing of the Speed Passion LM1. Stay tuned for part 2, where I will start with the building.